December 7th, 1941, Japan bombed Hawaii, which belonged to us. So that's how we got into the Second World War. And of course, during the war, my family moved back to the little house on Milwaukee. That's where we lived. And it was what they called a garage house. It was about the size of a big two-car garage. That was it. It had a living room, a kitchen, one bedroom, and a bathroom. That was it. I slept on the couch in the living room my whole childhood. And so we moved back there, and I started junior high school, middle school today. And my friends and I went on the streetcar like we did before. And so the whole time I was in junior high, that was 7th, 8th, 9th, and then high school, 10th, 11th, and 12th. All that time we were at war with World War II. And many of the young men that I went to high school with, the minute they graduated from high school, they got drafted and were sent over to the war. It happened a lot. And so I went to Smiley Junior High. I said that, didn't I? Yeah. And there was a lot of shortages during World War II. You couldn't buy shoes without a coupon. You couldn't buy sugar without a coupon. The government issued these books that were called Ration books. I used to have one. I don't know whether I still have it or not. And you could only buy when you had a coupon out of that book. You couldn't buy gasoline for your car without a coupon out of the book. And everybody got a book, even kids. And so that's how I spent my junior high and high school.
And did your dad have a car that you needed gasoline for?
My dad had a car. He had a 1940 Mercury. He bought it just before we got into the war, like a week before. He just, by accident, he went out and bought a new car. And when I got into high school, he let me drive it once in a while because we had paper drives. You had to collect all the newspaper, and take it to school, and they would collect it, and it was for the war effort. And then they had other drives, like for metal, like cooking pans and other metal things. You took them all to school and put them in a big container they had there. Everybody did that because that was what you did for the war effort. And so we did that. And East High School was the most prestigious school in Denver and still is. And now it's the year 2018, and East High School is still the most prestigious public school, not private.
Tell about going skiing and going bowling and recreation.
Well, skiing was a big thing then, and the school had a the city had a ski train. And you go down to the depot, get on the ski train, and go up to Winter Park. And the train parked on the siding up there, and you went skiing, and there was a bunkhouse up there. And if you had taken blankets and stuff, you could stay in the bunkhouse overnight for 50 cents. And then go skiing again the next day, and the train came back the next day, Saturday and Sunday. And we did that a lot. I think the train cost $7. And you had to take some money along for food, of course, and 50 cents for the bunkhouse. But me and my friends did that whenever we could afford it, when our parents could afford it. Went to Winter Park.
That was during the war?
That was during World War II.
Did you ever go up there with Robert Berkeley?
I didn't hear you.
Did you go up there with Bob Berkeley?
No, I didn't go up there with Bob. I went up there with my girlfriends. But he did go up there. I met him up there, and we skied sometimes together. And the only tow they had at Winter Park at that time was a rope tow. If you know what a rope tow is, you have to hold on in front and in back. And it pulls you right up the hill. Unless you trip or cross your skis or something, and then you fall down. But we went skiing, and we'd walk from where the bunkhouse was all the way up the highway to Idledale, which was the town, the closest town. We'd walk up there at night and get food, if we had money, and then come back and go to bed.
What if you didn't have money?
Well, then you ate what you brought, which I remember one time there was a stove and there was the bunkhouse had two wings, a girl's wing and a boy's wing. And where they met was a little room, and in that little room was a stove. Excuse me. A stove that they burned coal in and kept them medium warm in there. But sometimes people would bring up cans of beans or cans of something and punch a hole in it and set it on the stove and warm it up and eat that. If they didn't have any money. And so we did that, and then we'd ski the next day, get on the train and come home.
Would you just drink water, or did you go get beer and stuff?
Oh, we didn't get beer. We couldn't afford anything like that. We didn't have that kind of money.
Just drink water?
And we were too young to buy beer anyway. You couldn't buy beer till you were at least 18 then. And so, no, we just drank water, or if we brought some pop or something, we drank that. And then we'd all get together try to get together in that little room where the stove was, and you know, talk or sing or do something for a while and then go to bed. We'd stay overnight and ski all day Sunday and come back Sunday night. And our parents would meet us down at the depot. Most people's parents would. And
did anybody ever get hurt?
Oh yeah,
have to
people
go to the doctor?
They didn't. I don't ever remember anybody getting hurt that bad, but people twisted their ankles and, you know, that kind of stuff.